Good evening, folks. How are we doing? This fine Thursday, almost at the end of the week. We're almost here. It's court case day. Court case day, Mary. Thank you for the first as well. 72 months. GG. 72 months. 72 times. Stevie is going to court this evening. Insane. Right, no bother. That's fine. Catch you later. This could be a big one tonight. Stevie could be going to prison. We'll need to wait and see. So I'm going to go into the city, I'm going to go and get changed, I'm going to head down to the court, and then we'll go from there. Let's go. We'll go to Legion. Then we'll go get changed. Here we go. It's the big one. See what's going on. There we go. Second. There, and there. Right. Gotta go and get changed. Gotta get my suit. That's fucked. Is it the casino? This one? I think this could be fucked as well. Bullshit. Nagasaki is gonna run out of fucking fuel. So. Right. Suited and booted, chat. Suited and booted. Let's see. Torso. We need the suit. Shirt and tie if we can. We need trousers, pants. Perfect. Don't need arms like that. Okay, we need necklace. Then we'll do shoes. No. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll put a helmet on as well because that's how we roll. Right, and then we'll go. Fuck's sake. How are we all doing anyway, guys? How's things? That's what I need. I need to get this up here. You might see something. No, let's get rid of that. And then we'll do this one. One. Gotta message Chu and then see. Excuse me. I don't have his number. In fact, can I do it through this? Let's have a sandwich. Okay, can have a sandwich, fantastic. Beer can go in there, laptop can go in here, and they can all get dumped. Okay, fair enough. This particular garbage can cannot hold it. Will Stevie get off with this? Who knows? Skin though, it's ridiculous. Cool. Perfect. We do need to eat. I can't actually remember where the fucking court is. I always forget where the court is. It's up here. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, what's up?
I'm just wondering if you want to come and see the wedding venue.
I've got my court case tonight, so
Oh, what time?
7.
Oh, right, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there to
Okay,
watch.
catch you later.
Right, okay,
Bye.
see you soon.
Pretty sure this is. Yeah, this is it. Oh well, let's see what happens tonight. In fact, I could go and get to the casino. We do the casino first. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to fucking do it. Fucking just go back to the boat. Hang on the other side. Is Stevie going to get off with us, chat? I think technically I could, but we'll see. I might just put an app in. GC1 or Chuch. Do I need to come to PD or will I meet at the court? I'm doing my thing.
Follower.
Ask it, Jerry. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
Right on.
Hope we're well. Let's take 5 of them, and we'll take 5 of these.
You're telling me.
Perfect. Done. Denny, how we doing? Scumbag is so harsh, Denny. So harsh. Hope we're well, pal. Hope we're well. Court case tonight. I've just lost where I am. Fucking... my throat's quite sore as well, so it's not good. The joys of working in an office. I'm not a scumbag. I was doing my bit for the city. Uncovering potential corruption. Yeah, apparently my court case is tonight. 7 o'clock. Nope, that's stairs. Will Stevie walk away? Will Stevie go to prison? We'll need to wait and see. Gonna hang about court just now. Fuck's sake, 2 days on my laptop. Oh, no way. Fuck. So is it properly fucked in your laptop? That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh dear. Right, so I put a message in the police app. So... Nah, just one of the two. Alright, okay, fair enough. And GTA is not going to be the most ideal thing, right? Exactly, yeah. I mean, this is a public place. Why am I not allowed in this fucking room? Unbelievable. I don't have Chuck's number. I've literally got no one's number. Is he on Twitter? Willie Wilson. We'll just wait and see what happens, right? It's going to be good regardless. My arguments are good enough that I could get away with it, in my opinion. Remember, it's not to me to prove innocence, it's them to prove guilt.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Oh dear. How we doing, Ash? The process depends on the judge as well and what they have for evidence. That's absolutely true, 100%. But again, have they disclosed anything to me? Which they haven't. Which, that's prosecutorial duty for Jacobson to reveal stuff to me. Just saying. Fuck off. Alright, fair enough. Settle. Living the dream, late shifts this week. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, you can hear in my voice, I'm working like back in an office again, so I was working from home like for the last 6 years, which was amazing. So actually talking to people sucks. So I don't know, depending on how this goes, I mean if I go to prison then it's a natural point for me to stop, right? But if I get released then who knows what will happen. Why did it do it 3 times? I don't know, mate. Just because you're 3 times as special as anybody else? I don't know. How you doing, mate? Just Lumia being Lumia, chat. That's what it's about. So, repeat what you said. Just Lumia being Lumia. I'm just a piece of garbage. No, 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 no. What about what? If I go to prison, then it's a natural point for me to stop. Like streaming to rest my voice, because obviously I'll be going down for like a million years. But if I get let off, then who knows what will happen? Maybe a celebratory drink, I don't know. Or I could just go off and ride off into the sunset for a day or two. Shields just said I'm 3 times better than you. I did, Mitty, I did. But I didn't say overall. I thought you were going to stop being a crim. No, 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 no. I mean, allegedly. Allegedly. Look at that view. Look at that ruggedly handsome ginger man right there. Stevie Shields. To be fair, I think my hairs went from ginger to orange, right? It's proper orange. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be good. Suited and booted. Gonna represent myself. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Jacobs. I don't have a... No, I'm going to represent myself this evening, Demi. The way I decided, right, there are nuances to the story that only I know. Right, obviously Bobby knows it as well, but obviously for me, I think, you know, that there's nuances that only I could argue against, you know, so... I think, yeah, Badandi did have ginger hair at one point. Badandi went ginger, that would be shade. 100%, just bright orange. An orange mullet. So yeah, and I mean, if I go to prison, then I go to prison. I die on my own sword, right? It's going to be good. And who knows, maybe Mr. Jacobson will be so impressed he'll offer me a job at Project Law. Who knows? Before this all started, I was actually going to go for Project Law. I mean, if it's Hector, I'm fucked. If Hector is the judge, then I'm screwed. If it's Herbert, then it could be okay. Who's the other judge? I can't think of the other judges, to be honest. I mean, all lawyers are crims as well, so it shouldn't be a problem even if you go... Wow, Demi, that's slanderous. That is a slanderous statement you just said there. Stevie just pondering. Where did it all go wrong, Stevie? I blame Bobby Bobertson. To be an effective lawyer, you have to understand the criminal element. That's what I'm going to say. Like, I genuinely think the charges could like rank up to like 900 months. I actually don't know. What is misconduct in a public office? I can't actually remember. Is there a charge for that? I don't think there was in my old, like, thingy cheat sheet. Let's have a look. So there is, on my little cheat sheet, there's nothing about misconduct in a public office, which is not good. Exactly, that's true. 100% Ash. That's what makes it fun, though. I do have... Fuck's sake, Stormtrooper guy. So a bladed article's what, 30 months? That's fine, that's not an issue, but I think I've got a way out of the bladed article one. I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to try and RP it out and see what Jacobson that does. So we'll wait and see. Stevie just pondering. Is this the last time he's going to look at free air? Smell it, breathe it in. Like, I've legit taken notes and shit that I'm, like, for this. I'm taking it proper serious. Right, okay, let's do a chat thing, right? Let's do my opening statement. Jacobson is a good lawyer, yo. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He is a good lawyer. That's why I really want to do it myself, just to go up against him, see what it's like. Right, so ladies and gentlemen of the court. Oh no, who is it? Oh no. It's going to be Hector. I'm fucked. I'm going to prison. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to fucked, how bad is it? Hashtag, no meta, just how fucked am I? Oh, that's not cool. think they're fair. Okay. Oh dear. They're a person, Demi, so yes. Yeah, it's not Ted that's doing it, so, you know. I'm assuming will they come round to the front, or...? Oh, is it still that bug of, like, random people falling down? Oh, no. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Oh man. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pee quickly, okay? BRB. That's not good. Doesn't bode well when it's fucking thunderstorms. I mean, that doesn't bode well, right? It does not bode well at all. Shit. It was at 7, right? Can I just say, that event was fucking amazing. It was so, so good. Yeah, like a massive, like a weather warning, absolutely. But like, don't give us massive notice, right? So like, literally within, give us like 10 minutes notice to do something within the city, and then it's like, ah shit, then it's a mad scramble. Then it's a mad scramble, could you imagine? That'd be fucking good. You know the one that I want? Because obviously it's Mary and Richard's wedding on Friday, tomorrow. Wouldn't it be so fucking cool if they had like a tsunami or something? It'd be fucking incredible. It's raining, dudes. I mean, there's probably not a good idea me standing under here with the metal spike in the brolly, right? Because I'll get electrocuted. I mean, it's 5-2, so... I really hope it is tonight though, right? Because it's... it's one way to get away from jail time. Innocent till proven guilty, Mr. Ash. Innocent till proven guilty. Yeah, I think this is going to be the perfect way to end that story, right? It's good. And I don't think I'm going to get blacklisted from PD. I don't think that's the case. So if I do want to come back to PD somewhere down the line, I would, because honestly, my fucking experience of PD was incredible. So I've loved every minute of being in PD. I don't know. It's something that it's been a great story. It's been so fucking fantastic to be involved in. And I was saying this, I can't remember who I was saying this to, like, it was obviously outside, we were just talking about the story and... Let's turn it down a bit. What I was saying outside of City was, what I like about this is it's given people options. You know, it's like, for example, Doogie quitting PD. I think this story has allowed him to hit that fucking, like, it's allowed him to decide whether he wants to stick with PD and sort of rebuild, or he can go down the crim route. Same with Winchester. GC1 has that opportunity as well. Obviously, he's not going to do anything, but you know, I just think it's been good all round. But what we do need to find out is who is the actual mole within PD. Because that mole was there before I started, and I think they're still there, guys, so... I mean, to be fair, the rain's off, but the sun's still out, so I need to keep this brolly up. Right, come on. Sounds like cars. I actually need to check, see if the... That's Mary. That's Mary. She just fucking rattled into that brick wall. Did you just absolutely fuck it into that brick wall?
I did indeed, yeah.
Fuck's sake. Nobody's here yet, so...
Oh.
You
I
nervous?
didn't...
No.
You nervous?
Nah, I'll be fine.
Hmm.
What do you mean,
Just need to stay positive. If it's the same judge that Richard Gates, then he's corrupt as hell.
I don't know, mate. You fucking evidence, mate.
Oh dear.
No proof? No proof? Aye, fuck it, mate. You're still what you do.
Fuck. Oh dear. Those heels are outrageous, by the way.
Why?
Was you're fucking like 3 inches taller than me? What the fuck? So where's the wedding venue?
Oh my god, do you want to see the video?
Yeah.
Cool video, eh? 685.
It's actually stunning.
685. Okay.
Need to do this first, but it will only let me send it without.
Fucking butterflies.
I know.
No, that's lovely, mate.
No
Then
way.
look, there's a Loch Ness monster. So it's Caribbean meets Scotland.
That's quality. That is
I
so
know.
cool.
Hey! So my roots and Richard's roots.
Aye.
What? Aye, alright.
Deal.
Aye, Kale, I'm 0.001% Jamaican, so. Honestly, I don't know why you laugh at that, Mary Jane. I really don't.
I'm going to nip round the front to see if they're at the front door, so I'm going to second.
You got it.
Hello. Oh man. Nobody there.
A shambles.
Shit show.
But we'll fucking forgot, to be fair. When did you hear about the wedding? The fucking... Okay.
It was supposed to be. Well, I got word that it was going to be today earlier on this morning. So I don't know.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Need to think about putting cold socks on feet. What?
What? Did you just have a stroke?
I actually did, mate, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on talking.
There's a good chance I'm going down for like 1,000 months for this.
Stevie,
Mm.
would you like a backup plan? I'll go with you if I can take the
Oh,
quote for
whoa,
you.
shit. No, it's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
back, and the wedding's tomorrow, Richard. Thanks.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd be in time though.
Leave it shut. Good day, good day.
Boo.
Evening.
Oh, none of that. Richard, thank you.
Stop beating me.
Did I get dressed up a wee bit?
I'm dressed up, what do you mean? That's my fucking good gear.
My boobs are hanging out of this dress.
What?
Whatever.
I thought it's no, no, so down, do I want to taste?
Nah,
Nice.
put off the judge.
Fell off.
Don't know who the judge is actually.
Yeah, I'm not actually too sure. of that
See if
myself.
see if it's who I think it is.
No,
you're
I
correct.
don't. I don't think it is him.
Oh, thank fuck
He is
for
the
that, man.
worst judge.
Jesus.
He's so corrupt.
Listen, that is not true. We will
Beat
not.
me, you know that was fuck
Yeah,
that
that was
day,
like-
They
mate.
have a
Come on.
massive huntsman spider on their suit.
Oh my god.
Mr. Shields, please.
Chook.
Of course. Mary
Catch you later.
will have
Need food off of BE. BE, have you got that scran on you?
Oh, they've been in here for a while. Oh dear. Oh dear. Say bye bye to Stevie.
Let's go, Stevie.
Yup, yup. I wasn't. I saw the ban. I need to. I'll ban him later.
How are you tonight, Stevie? All good?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Check yourself.
Oh, yes. Solo riding tonight.
Oh really?
Yes.
Where is everyone?
GC1, I believe, is resting up at the moment, and we no longer have Doogie.
Wait, what?
Yes, Doogie has
Oh,
handed his badge in and has resigned his position as superintendent.
Oh, okay. No GC2 or anything either, no?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Still waiting on
uh,
the goal command getting in contact with me.
oh, yeah, complaint.
Hmm.
complain about.
That's gonna be interesting.
Your armed officers, rather than shooting to
The defendant, Your Honor. Like to take a seat there, Stevie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shields.
Good evening, Your Honour.
I'm Judge Louise Jones.
Very nice to meet you.
Have people been searched who've come in today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, no worries.
Chuck, you haven't done me, to be fair, but I'm
Have
more
you
than
not
happy.
searched? Ah,
No.
Okay.
Could have killed me then, Chuck. Didn't think about that.
Okay, look, you're all good.
Ginger.
Mr. Shields, you just make sure your mobile phone and your radio is switched off for the duration of the court.
Yeah, absolutely. Just now.
Thank you.
It's fine. And radio's off anyway.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm ready to go whenever you gentlemen are.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yes, I'll take up my seat.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Your Honour, Alice, and esteemed police officers. We are here today because Mr. Stevie Shields is charged with misconduct in a public office. For those of you who don't know, misconduct in a public office is a criminal offence that involves a police officer neglecting their duty or abusing their power, resulting in a breach of public trust. That is further broken down into several elements, which we will prove here today. Mr. Shields has in fact committed the most heinous of crimes to a trusted office, such as that of a police officer. A public official acting as such, with a willful neglect of duty or willful misconduct, abuses the public's trust without reasonable excuse or justification. The actions that Mr. Shields, as we've heard in the trial of Mr. Bobertson, acting as a plant within PD to expose what he believed was corruption, which, whilst noble, the actions that he took whilst engaged in those endeavours was in fact misconduct in a public office. We will demonstrate to the court how the hard drives at Weasel News were searched, seized, forensically examined, which proved beyond all reasonable doubt that Mr. Shields leaked confidential information from a police system, thereby abusing the trust placed in him, not only by PD, but by those that PD choose to serve. Thank you, Your Honour.
No worries. Mr. Shields.
Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen of the court, tonight I am going to discuss how the charges put before me are fully false. I have received no evidence from the prosecution, as is required by law under disclosure. It is a prosecutorial duty for the prosecution lawyer opposite me to reveal all and any evidence he is willing to disclose in front of the court. Also, Your Honour, I am going to prove that there has been severe lack of investigation into this particular crime. Yeah, let's go on with it. After you, Mr. Jacobson.
Okay.
That was the shittest opening statement ever.
Bear with me, Your Honour, while I refer to my document.
Here we go. Makes it easier for you without GC. I don't think it does.
As the defendant knows, Your Honour, it's the defence's duty to contact the prosecution to ask for the evidence, not the other way around. The burden of proof is on me to prove he's done it. It's actually his responsibility.
Objection, Your Honour. In fact, that is not the case. It is the prosecutorial duty of the prosecution.
Please let him finish.
Sorry, I was aware he was.
I've had zero contact from the defence. In fact, even trying to tie him down to a trial date has been very challenging. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Continue.
So, Your Honour, it is up to the prosecution to provide all evidence. It is not down to us as the defence to request that. The prosecution should and is obligated to provide all evidence, not only that evidence that he's going to present, but the evidence that he is not. As he says, the burden of proof is on him. I don't need to prove my innocence, he has to prove my guilt. And in order for him to do that, he has to provide me with all relevant evidence for me to for me to review and come up with reasonable arguments against. With regards to finding a trial date for myself, that is inaccurate as well. I have been to the PD station several occasions asking for when the trial date is going to be. Mr. Frank Solomon, I believe a detective constable, took my number. I gave him the relevant dates in which I was available, and this morning, I was told that it was going to take place today. So, again, that is completely false, Mr. Jacobson.
Your Honour, another factual inaccuracy. Mr. Shields had all the evidence put to him during the interview, and he did choose to answer.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Martin.
So, Mr. Shields, would you like to come and take the stand?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. Just now. Yep, no problem.
Do you swear to tell the truth and all that jazz?
I do.
Excellent. So, Mr. Shields, if you remember back to your police interview, can you confirm when that took place?
That would have taken place, I believe, give me a second to consult my calendar. I believe it was Thursday the 22nd. It may have been Wednesday the 21st. It was a week beginning the 19th anyway, Mr. Jacobs. I can't recall the exact date. But it was Mr. Mr. Cooper that was interviewing me, and I believe Tyler Martin was also involved in that interview.
Thank you. And do you remember the main discussion points within that interview?
It was the letter in which I resigned from PD.
Okay. Do you remember the questions put to you at the time and the responses you gave?
Yeah, we went through the letter in detail, paragraph by paragraph, correct.
Excellent. Was there any other questions asked you outside of that letter?
I don't believe so. Not that I can recall.
Okay. As part of that interview, you referenced being a member of a dark chat, which is a heavily encrypted, I believe was your exact words, method of communication. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Now, in order to have one of those dark chats, you need a username. Have you ever heard of the name Agent Morocco?
Agent Morocco? No, I haven't.
Okay. There is a dark chat between an Agent Morocco and what we believe to be Mr. Bobertson. It is the prosecution's belief that Mr. Shields is Agent Morocco. Part of that, as you can see from the evidential bundle that you've got, will show the conversation between those two parties, and we'll explain why we believe that to be Mr. Shields.
A new follower.
Okay.
Can I get access to that as well, Mr. Jacobson? Because I genuinely can't recall. I don't believe that was my username within the dark chats, Agent Morocco.
Can you confirm what your username was?
Off the top of my head, no. Can you give me a second? Can I refer to my phone? Because it should be still on there, I think.
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
Which one will this be, Jacob?
It's not.
That's what I'm looking through now. Thank you.
So it's no longer on my phone, obviously, with the latest software updates.
Right, okay. Fair enough. We'll withdraw that part if, unfortunately, there's a technology issue with that one, then, Your Honour.
Okay, dismissed.
Also one of the questions in the interview, Mr. Shields, you were asked whether or not you had given any information from the mobile data terminal to Mr. Bobertson.
Correct.
Do you remember how you responded?
I didn't get asked directly about any MDT access. I did state at the beginning of the interview, however, that I reveal no operational data to Mr. Bobertson, which I stand by to this day, Your Honour.
Okay, what you class as operational data?
Operational data would include things like MDT information, anything that is not within the public domain.
So that'd be profiles, operations, criminal histories,
Correct.
etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you know how Mr. Bobson happened to come by various MDT profiles of certain citizens within this city?
I wasn't aware he had MDT profiles of citizens within the city.
Now, you may or may not be aware, but after your departure from PD, Weasel News was raided. I'll send you the information now.
Perfect.
The hard drives were seized and examined by the forensic experts.
Okay.
Contained within the hard drive at Weasel News was the MDT profiles of the following people: Howard Lorenzo Marks, Mr. T, Mr. B, Miss V,
Watch.
and Bunny. Which shows
Okay.
not only their names, dates of birth, contact numbers, criminal histories, but also their vehicles and addresses linked to
I
them.
can add on to that, Jacobson. There was a few more people that I can see was there as well.
Thank you, Your Honour.
So it was the standard MDT profile, is that what you're saying, Mr. Jacobson? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, that information is certainly not in the public domain.
Correct.
Can you explain how Mr. Bobson got hold of those?
I have no idea.
No idea.
No.
Are you
no.
aware of any other plants within PD that Mr. Bobson had?
Plants, no, as far as I was aware, I was the only one, but there obviously is well documented within PD that prior to me even joining the police department, there was significant leaks, potential moles within PD. It could have came from one of them.
Okay. So, a plant, self-confessed plant,
Mhm.
within PD is suggesting another mole leaked that information.
Okay. Are you willing to give the name up of that person?
I don't know it, Your Honour. Like I say, it was I
Convenient.
worked solely alone in terms of being a plant looking for proposed corruption within PD.
I find that very convenient, to be honest, Mr. Shields. I'm not going to lie.
The mole was already in there with prior to me joining PD. That's going to be part of my defence as well, Your Honour. So
Okay.
Your Honour, back to the trial of Mr. Bobson.
Yeah.
Mr. Bobson's evidence confirmed that the mole never got the opportunity to pass information.
Okay.
The mole was always believed to be an officer called Liam Winchester. The evidence you
Okay.
can see in the bundle before you is communication between Mr. Winchester and Mr. Bobson, as the phone records of Mr. Bobson were seized.
Yes, I can see that.
There is no evidence to suggest that Mr. Winchester ever passed any evidence to Mr. Bobson.
Okay.
In fact, he asked for £500,000, according to the information received in that phone evidence.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that.
Has not appeared to send anything.
watch this.
Not only that, it appears in those messages there to be part of a trail missing for checks and balances.
Yeah.
It is the prosecution's belief that those profiles could only have come from Mr. Shields, not from Mr. Winchester, as the evidence doesn't support it. Whereas we have a self-confessed, even wrote a letter about it, plant within PD.
Right.
Mr. Shields, have you ever heard of Weasel Exposed?
Weasel exposed? No, I haven't heard of Weasel exposed.
Okay. So part of the communication chain within that documentary bundle is a birdie account called Weasel Exposed.
Okay.
Sole purpose of which looks to be to shine a bad light on Weasel News as a kind of deflection. Part of that dark chat was Mr. Bobson asking someone with the birdie account of Weasel Exposed 3 to publish bad stories about PD, about Weasel News, to try to get rid of the interest that people might have in Mr. Bobson's story. Do you know why he would have done that?
I've no idea. You need to ask Mr. Robertson.
You see, we did ask Mr. Bobson as part of his trial, and he has explained that Weasel Exposed was a combination of people, including yourself. Is that correct?
Negative, sir. No. I've never been Weasel exposed at all.
Okay, thank you.
Can I actually revise something there? You asked me, am I aware of Weasel exposed? I do believe
Yes.
when I was on leave of absence from PD, Weasel exposed, and I wasn't in the city at all, Your Honour. Weasel exposed put something out on Birdie stating that I was indeed the plant, correct? I believe that was around the same time. I can't recall the exact time when I came back from LOA. I saw that particular tweet, but I can categorically say that I've not been weasel exposed.
Okay.
Thank you. So, if you explain to me what your purpose of being a plant was.
After I left PHS, can I tell you the entire story, or do you want me to cut right to the chase? Because I can.
No, please do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I left PHS, I was looking for work. I was actually going to potentially apply for Project Law, Mr. Jacobson. Who knows? Yes, I ran a fortuitous happenstance. I ran into Mr. Bobertson, and he suggested that I meet with him in Weasel News. Went to his office, sat down in his boardroom, and he said he believes there is severe corruption within the police department. And he would like someone to go in and get confirmation that that is indeed the case. So that is how I came to be placed in there, looking for examples of potential corruption within PD.
Okay.
What did you find whilst you were there to support your theories?
I merely confirmed, so there was actually very little that I provided Mr. Bobertson. It was mostly confirmations of stories he had heard in the public domain. There were questions he asked that I merely confirmed or denied. But as I say, there was no operational data given to Mr. Bobertson from myself. I mean, I can give examples if you so wish. That's not an issue.
Another thing I don't quite understand is, if you're not giving him any information, how are you a plant?
I was, like I say, it was he believed there was severe corruption going on within PD, and I was in there to merely confirm or deny. And if there was something quite sinister going on within PD, I would provide him that information. There was nothing to the extent of anybody killing anyone, for example. That was one of the stories he was particularly looking for. There was nothing of that nature ever done in my time within PD. So yeah, like I say, the first one, I'll go into detail if you so wish. The first one was with regards to Mr. McGraw, former Detective Superintendent Doogie McGraw. I was asked, is Doogie meeting people off books, shall we call it? Which I confirmed, yes, he was at that stage. Another example was Mr. Liam Winchester. I was to confirm whether Mr. Winchester was selling handcuffs, either PD issue or other, to known criminals within the city. Again, that was a yes. Mr. Winchester did in fact sell handcuffs to a Mr. Red Kennedy, as was public knowledge prior to the news article being released. So yeah, that was the two main things that I had. The last thing that I had was body cam footage of PD officers pulling guns on people that were already searched and put in prison or put in custody, with no real cause to do so. That was the last thing that I really gave Mr. Bobertson, but I don't believe Mr. Bobertson had any plans to reveal that particular story.
Can I just ask a question? Sorry.
Okay.
So, when it comes to corruption isn't necessarily just killing people. It is
Exactly.
actually supplying information to somebody else within the force that is confidential. So that is still corruption.
You mentioned, I found it interesting then about body cam, which you
Yes.
provided to Mr. Bobertson.
Correct.
Are you referring to a case involving a former officer, Brooks?
Yes, it would be Mr. Brooks, correct.
Did you ever give that to someone higher in rank?
Yes, I was requested to give it to a Mr. Shane Jordan, which I did on the evening of that being done. That was emailed to him.
What rank did you hold?
What rank did I hold?
Yep, at that time.
I believe it would be Detective Sergeant.
And what rank was Mr. Jordan?
I believe he's an auditor.
And what rank do auditors hold?
I believe it's a constable, but if he was investigating it, I've got no issue handing it over to an auditor for them to investigate. It was not my
Who was the
investigation.
highest ranking officer apart from Mr. Jordan?
At that time, it was Mr. Ash who was present at the time.
And who
So-
was just below Ash?
I would need to go back and look, Your Honour, to be honest, but yeah, I was requested to give the body cam to Mr. Jordan. He came over radio to ask for that, and I duly obliged.
Did you ever follow that up?
No, I didn't. No,
Okay.
there are many investigations that take place where we require body cam footage, but we don't follow up after that. There are several
I
times
would have
where
thought handing down evidence down the chain rather than up, you may follow up with an outcome, especially seeing as you were in there to try and expose corruption. If you believe you'd found it, why would you not escalate that?
did the investigation take place, Mr. Jacobson?
I do believe Mr. Brooks is no longer with PD.
Okay. So therefore, the investigation took place after I gave the body cam footage up. So therefore, I don't need to chase it up because Mr. Brooks is no longer with PD.
But I
Did you
would
know
still
that at the
chase
time?
that up I would still chase that up to find out what the outcome was, regarding whether he was there or not. It still should have been chased up. Am I correct?
But at the same time, Your Honour, these things can take a while for them to investigate. So therefore, it could just be a matter of time, you know. So I feel that I did my duty. I gave the evidence as requested, and it was up to my colleagues to investigate that fully. I was not part of the investigative team. Do you mind if I stand up and stretch my legs for a bit?
Of course you can.
Thanks.
Do you
Apologies.
recall the time period between that incident occurring and you handing that footage to Mr. Robertson?
I don't. I honestly don't know.
Rough guess.
I would say at least a week, I would imagine, potentially.
Okay, so
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I honestly don't know.
by your own volition, you didn't follow it up. You didn't appear to know when I stated that Mr. Brooks was no longer with PD as a result of that outcome. Is it fair to say that you would have known that that could still potentially have been an ongoing police investigation?
It could have been an ongoing police investigation, absolutely. But remember, it was not. I'm not a Weasel News reporter. It's not up to me when those stories get divulged.
Correct.
Sorry, 1 second. Can we stop people coming in and out now, please? That's it. We are in the middle of the case. Sorry, continue.
Thank you. So you knowingly handed over body cam footage of an ongoing criminal investigation, which, by your own volition, you've just said yes to.
Mhm.
Yet the defence of that is, I don't work for Weasel News, so I don't know when they're going to publish it.
Is anything I said there incorrect? It's true. I don't work for Weasel News. I'm not privy to when Mr. Boberson was going to release that particular story, as I wasn't privy to any time prior to any other stories that he's released.
I think my point around that is more the fact that you were acting as a police officer at the time.
Correct.
You released confidential information relating to an ongoing investigation, which is willful misconduct, could abuse the public's trust, and there was no justification for doing so. Is that correct?
That's your interpretation of it, yes, I suppose.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honour.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honour, I'm assuming I can't just willfully
you
testify.
can come
Apologies.
take a seat. Do
Apologies.
we have anyone else to call up, Jacobson, or is that Mr. McGraw? I see.
I believe it may be.
Does he have anything that he would like to add, or
I'm not calling Mr. McGraw this time, Your Honour.
I don't know how we get out of here. Sorry.
I'm not going to call Mr. McGraw at this time.
Okay. Any?
Probably not a good fucking idea, Jacobson.
Oh dear. Please don't.
Mr.
say
Shields
that in
is
my
well within
court,
his rights to
Doogie.
do so.
Is there anybody you would like to call up, Mr. Shields?
Oh, yes, Your Honour. I'm aware that Gold Command are not in this evening, so it's going to need to be, I imagine, Detective Superintendent Ethan Cooper, please.
Can we just double check that there's no go command, or
Is correct, I believe, Your Honour.
okay? Mr. Cooper,
Yes, Your Honor.
would you like to take a seat on the stand, please?
Of course.
Proceed.
Good evening, Mr. Cooper.
Good evening, Mr. Shields.
Okay, so Mr. Jacobson has suggested that Mr. Boberson received MDT files. That's correct, yes?
Yes, we recovered several MDT profiles during our search of the offices at Weasel News. Yes, that is correct.
And the only way that those MDT files could have been accessed is through an officer being able to access our systems, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. What I want to do, Mr. Cooper, is I want to refer you back to the 27th of July, 2024. Okay, and myself, at the time Detective Sergeant Stevie Shields, and you and Mr. McGraw were interviewing one Rebecca Whitlock. Do you recall the events of that evening?
I do not, no.
You don't. Okay, let me refresh it. So we were interviewing Miss Whitlock for around an hour, which was common practice at the time, as you can imagine. And then we received a notification from Mr. McGraw to suspend the interview and come into the opposite interview room. Do you recall it now?
Not quite, if you could keep going.
Okay.
My memory's quite short in recent days.
No
with,
problem at all.
This case going on.
No problem at all. I'm just aware that obviously this may come across as me testifying, Your Honour, but I'm just helping Mr. Cooper out here, okay?
No worries.
So at that time, Mr. McGraw called us in, and he was receiving a phone call from a deep-voiced gentleman. Do you start to recall now, Mr. Cooper?
Yes, I'm with you now, yes. Vaguely.
Okay. Now, do you recall the content of that particular phone call? Because it was on speakerphone. Myself, you, and Mr. McGraw were in that opposite interview room. Do you recall what was said on that phone call?
I believe it may have been in relation to a potential hostage situation. Is that correct?
No, it wasn't actually. What it was, this individual, this deep-voiced individual, confirmed that he had accessed our servers, our cameras within PD. Now, do you recall that?
Do we have evidence that this was actually said?
There is body cam footage. I've got copies of my body cam footage, Your Honour. I would need a while to buffer, but that is available.
Okay. Jacobson, would you like to see this evidence?
No, that's all right, Your Honour.
Okay. Continue.
Thank you. Okay, so it was confirmed that on the telephone that he had access to our servers and our cameras and had every idea of what was going on in PD, correct?
Yes, that was said.
Okay. Was there a full investigation as to how that breach happened?
We are not aware of how that breach came about, but what I will say is the immediate aftermath of being informed by the deep voice that our servers had been breached, the detective superintendent at the time, Dougie McGraw, ordered for the on-site servers to be destroyed, which they were.
That's correct. So, instead of doing a full investigation as to how the breach of those servers took place, former Detective Superintendent McGraw actioned the Armed Response Unit to destroy the servers to stop the access, correct?
Yes.
How do we know that was going to stop potential breaches in the future, Mr. Cooper?
I would assume that the police force would invest in a more Loctite server system, and we would port from our backup servers in Polito onto the new secure system.
So are you suggesting that previous systems were inadequate then, and the public data was unsecure?
I am unable to answer that, as I am not that way inclined, technically.
You see, Your Honour, the point I'm trying to make here is there was a breach within PD. There was no investigation as to how that breach occurred, and it was merely a hammer onto the server. This could have been backdoor access into software that we don't know about. We have no idea. Those breaches could still be taking place just now. So, any MDT evidence that Mr. Bobertson has received, there is no evidence to suggest that it was merely just a PD officer that provided it. It could have been accessed by Mr. Bobertson himself. We have no evidence to that. Therefore, Your Honour, straight away, there's reasonable doubt right there. There is no distinct and no direct evidence stating the MDT files that were accessed by Mr. Bobertson were provided by me.
Continue.
Okay. Let's go on to Mr. Winchester. This was the main part of our interview that took place into last week. Again, exact date I can't actually remember. Mr. Cooper, hopefully you can remember that. We went through my letter of resignation quite in some detail, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so there were two stories that two stories that I confirmed to Mr. Bobertson. One was about Liam Winchester and one was about Dougie McGraw meeting off books, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Winchester, when he was pulled up for selling handcuffs to Mr. Red Kennedy, correct?
I believe he was, yes.
And were you privy to where that sale took place?
I'm not, no.
Okay, so is it safe to assume that it was out in the public, correct?
Yeah, I do believe it was outside in a public space.
So it could be that it was any number of people could have seen that exchange take place.
Yes, any local bystander would have, yes.
Okay, so therefore there was no secret that I confirmed or denied, correct? Because it was public knowledge.
It was not a secret at the time that Winchester saw the cuffs. However, I think it was obviously viewed in the public eye. Yes.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question? Is Red Kennedy not in PD?
He was a member of PD. He was then relieved of his duties, Your Honour, and I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Cooper, that he is now back in the force as PCSO. At least that's my understanding until.
Was he in the force at the time of this incident?
No.
Okay. Because could he have mistakenly kept the cuffs on him by accident and not handed them back in as a mistake?
No, Mr. Winchester has since admitted that he did indeed sell that. And that's actually a very, it's a nice segue into this. There is body cam footage, again, that was given to Mr. McGraw of a meeting that took place outside PD on the day of the release, the 30th of July 2024, where a selection of PD officers and also Mr. Jacobson were laughing and joking about Mr. Winchester being corrupt as per the Weasel News article. Again, that footage is available for you to see, Your Honour. I passed on to Superintendent Dougie McGraw at the time. So, again, public knowledge, laughing and joking about it. There were PD officers saying they would have got more for it. It was just a bit of a joke, to be perfectly honest. If you allow me, Mr. Cooper, let's talk about the meetings, the off-book meetings of former Detective Superintendent Dougie McGraw.
Objection, Your Honour. Mr. Cooper can't answer those questions. If you want to ask Mr. McGraw, he's over there.
Oh, no. This is actually part of conversations. Well, this is part of a scene where myself, Detective Superintendent Cooper now, former Detective Superintendent McGraw, and Mr. Liam Winchester were standing outside Dell's, where Mr. McGraw left said scene. So Mr. Cooper is fully well aware of this. And again, my questioning will reveal that, Your Honour.
But also, if you do have questions like that to ask, they are to be put towards Mr. McGraw. Also,
I would just like to state for the court, Your Honour, that I am still a Detective Chief Inspector. I have not assumed the role of Superintendent.
Oh, apologies. No problem at all.
Continue.
Okay. I've got no further questions at this time for Detective Chief Inspector Cooper, but I would like to bring him back up to the stand after I have my next witness up, Your Honour, if that's okay.
Okay. You're
Thank you.
free to stand down, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you, Your Honour.
No worries. Who would you like to bring up next? Mr.
Former
Shields?
Detective Superintendent Doogie McGraw.
Take a seat, Mr. McGraw.
Rip your fucking head off.
Mr. McGraw. Please refrain.
Continue.
Mr. McGraw.
Daddy, don't need to swear or anything.
Yeah. Your Honour, do you want to do the oath that he needs to take?
Jacobson, do you want to do the oath for me, please?
You just won't tell the truth and all that jazz.
Of course.
Thank you.
Continue.
Mr. McGraw, we'll keep it nice and simple for you, okay? At any time, did you attend meetings out with Gold Command knowledge of members of the public that were deemed to be criminal?
I have no recollection.
Your Honour, if he's got no recollection, which is merely very, very possible, there's no need for him here. There's no further questions for Mr. McGraw then.
Step down, Mr. McGraw. You're free to go and take a seat. Thank you. Is there anything you want to ask Jacobson?
Not of Mr. McGraw, Your Honour.
Okay.
I would like
Call your
to,
next witness.
I would like to recall Detective Cooper, just simply because the Gold Command's not here, Your Honour. It's Mr. Cooper again, please, if you don't mind.
Continue.
Mr. Cooper,
Yes.
I would like to take you to the evening of the 19th. It was the arrest of myself and Bobby Bobertson.
Okay.
Okay, were you a part of that chase, Mr. Cooper?
I was not, no.
And, okay, well that's fine. Do you know who the arresting officer was?
I would need to look back on the arrest report to be able to answer that.
Right, okay. Well, I can tell you because I was the one that was arrested. The person that arrested me was GC2 Mr. Oliver Closeoff.
Okay.
You can confirm that, Mr. Jacobson, I believe?
Correct.
I can confirm also.
Okay, Your Honour. What I would like to admit into evidence is the custody record for me getting inputted into custody, if you don't mind. I'm going to send a copy of that to Mr. Cooper and yourselves, okay? Just give me a second.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honour, I'm just having a bit of issue with my head here. Just give me a second.
Don't rush, it's fine.
Sorry, Your Honour, I've sent it to them. I'm just struggling to find you. Apologies.
Just send it to Mr. Jacobson. He can forward it to myself.
Did you get that, Mr. Jacobson, yeah?
I've got it.
You got it. Mr. Cooper, can you say under arresting officer who was inputted into that custody record?
From what I can see, that is Inspector David Sizzler, 1006.
Your Honour, this is an inaccurate, incomplete custody record. Therefore, the arrest is null and void. How can we be convinced that the full investigation is not full of the same very basic errors that you see before you? Okay? If they can't even get a simple custody record correct, how can we believe that the full investigation is not tainted and tarnished? I am obliged to get due process, and if they can't get this right, then unfortunately, Your Honour, you need to throw this out. The defence rests.
Jacobson, anything you would like to ask Mr. Cooper?
No, Your Honour.
Mr. Cooper, you're free to stand down.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Can we just take a 10-minute recess just while we go over some evidence, or is there anything else you want to add?
I'm ready to go. Closing statement.
Yeah, go for your closing statement, and then we'll take a recess while I go through everything.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Mr. Shields, fair play to him. Has done a good job in trying to expose PD failings in terms of the MDT, in terms of custody records. Sniff, snap, and trivia. You heard Mr. Shields himself sit in that very chair and state, yes, I gave body cam footage of a live police investigation
Doesn't matter.
to Bobby Bobson. His own words when I asked him if that would constitute the definition of misconduct in a public office, he said, if that's your interpretation, yes. Prosecution rests.
Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen of the court, tonight we have seen that there was a complete and lack of inaccurate information given. No investigation was completed fully and accurately. We've seen that from back when PD security was breached. No investigation as to how that breach occurred. Those MDT records that Mr. Jacobson so eloquently put before me could have came from absolutely anywhere. He also went on to suggest that I admitted that I gave body cam footage. I could have admitted anything on that stand. The actual trial, the arrest, is null and void due to the inaccurate completion of custody records. Once more, if PD fail to complete simple documentations to allow suspected criminals due process and accurate information, accurate investigations, then how can we trust anything that PD does and says? I rest my case.
Okay, right, we're just going to take a quick 10-minute recess just while I go through all the evidence, and I will let you know when you're free to come back in.
Man, you've got this fucking Stevie, my boy, mate. That was fucking shit hot, mate.
Cheers.
And do you know what? I feel like that judge might actually be fair this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think she's going to listen to both sides, which is
I neither can deny that, man. Cohen, you fucking schooled that, couldn't you?
Thanks, lad. Thanks. Sizzler
Right,
was...
Turn off to you, man. Like, I don't need the lottery, mate. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Idea.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go and speak to Mr. Jacobson. Give me a second.
Aye.
Mr. Jacobson, I just want to say, whatever way this goes, it's been a great case, so thank you for that.
Oh, you did very well there.
Cool.
You better you think that, Doogie, son.
Richard, if you think I'm scared of you, then you're obviously thinking a bit fucking wrong, son.
Oh, get a bit of beef with Doogie got in here.
Doesn't need to
And if
be.
you still want that job, you're
Yeah, apparently. Come on, mate.
The guy who hates your fucking guts, Richard. Calm
kind
down.
of like you stab my brother.
Well, you just said that, right? So
He ruined my career.
you ruined your own career, Dougie. You ruined your own career.
Pash.
Oh, well, how do you know? You can't recall. Oh,
I did wake up with broken legs and missing teeth, so I dare say
Oh, shit.
somebody tried to fucking silence me. Probably did a good job.
You're not allowed to do it, man, but I can't let you do that to Stevie, mate. But I'm letting you do, mate.
ignorance is bliss.
Oh, well.
Dougie's gonna fucking wipe me out. It's gonna be amazing.
Mate, I have to put a complaint in a big coat, mate. right. No personal diggy. Family in the day.
I love Diggy, man. He's so good. Oh no.
McGraw. Give me a number, you old soak.
Right, what do we think, chat? What do we think? Cheers, guys.
Oh, it's not hard.
I mean, the last bit, that was the one it was a shame because what I had planned was I wanted GC1 up there and I wanted him to say what Chook said in terms of there's no way that anybody could access it. And then I was going to call Chook up anyway and then talk about, like, obviously MDT access. So I've done reasonable doubt for that. Okay, they haven't proved that it was me that gave him the MDT. And I may have fucked myself with the Brooks thing. However, that last thing with Sizzler fucked it, so...
Pals don't drag their other pals at a fucking job, Chook.
Yeah,
Seems
only
that way
problem
to
is you
me.
get no victim, no crime.
Definitely. They're going to put me down for this, though. They've got to.
Yeah, you and Willie should have thought about that before going at me in
Sounds
public
quite
in front of
serious, that,
5 other
doesn't it?
officers and
Sorry?
you and 3 listening
Did you
down
think
below.
that fucking seems quite serious, doesn't it? I
Mm-hmm.
don't actually know what happened to me, Phil.
Oh, here we go.
Demi and 2 PCSOs were sitting underneath the balcony.
Oh no, I mean like location.
They scar-
If you're going on to your-
Cheers, Liberty.
Yeah, it depends if you're wearing gloves.
Mr. Jacobson, would you like to approach the bench? And Mr. Shields,
You ready?
we're ready. Anything you want to say before we get this underway?
No, just thank you for letting me defend myself, Your Honour. It's appreciated.
Yeah, well
No
done, Mr.
worries.
Shields.
Okay. Would you like to take a seat? Is Mr. Cooper going to come and take a seat as well, or is he happy to stand there?
Oh, I think you'll be fine at the back. Gotta keep
Okay,
these things all
so-
under control.
I have reviewed the evidence with my clerk today, and I must say it's pretty substantial, the amount of evidence that is
Thank you,
there
Alice.
against yourself, Mr. Shields. You say there's another plant, but there's no proof of that within PD. I've got no reason to believe there is anybody else who has a plant who could be given this information over. Also, something about the men with deep voices being able to get the information. Technically, again, I haven't been given anything that backs that story up. Quite substantial, as I've said. So my ruling today will be a sentence of 400 months and a £10,000 fine.
So, so Your Honour, the inaccurate and incorrect custody form bears no relevance to that. It was therefore is not a legal arrest.
But that technically he was the custody officer. He could have read you your rights at the custody.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
wasn't the arresting officer. That was Mr. Closeoff.
He could have reread you your rights and rearrested you. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing to, as much as you're saying that. But that's what I'm gonna go with, I'm afraid.
Nah, I know.
Your Honour, it is recognised in various previous trials that custody records themselves are a reflection of what the custody officer's interpretation was at the time. The MDT clearly states that Mr. Closeoff was the arresting officer. Mr. Closeoff provided a statement as an arresting officer. There are certain accuracies in the custody record that would cause a mistrial. The name of the arresting officer is not one.
Okay. My ruling stands. That's it today, gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Thanks, Your Honour.
No worries.
That's bullshit,
Mr.
man.
Shields, hit me up when you're out.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jacobson. Thanks for that.
No
Time
worries,
to
well
get
done.
the helicopter!
Right, Mr. Shields, if you would like to follow us, I'm just going to place you into cuffs for the means of transport up to Bolingbroke Penitentiary.
No problem at all.
Would you like to follow me, sir?
That's
Do we have a
bullshit.
PD vehicle here, B?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, boys.
The judge has spoken, Stevie.
Still bullshit. Reasonable doubt. Incorrect forms. Shocking. disgusting. Needs to be an absolute massive review of the court system.
Yeah, there is that. Well, I think my car's still at the back.
Bullshit.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Seems like corruption's not just within PD then. Goes all the way right up to the top. Fantastic.
Oh dear.
Probably should have, to be honest.
I mean, even Mr. Jacobson says there should have been mistrial, so there you go.
Just like to enter this vehicle. I will just
Yeah, just put me in.
Cheers,
place you
lads.
inside, sir.
Unbelievable.
Jordan 39 plus 1 will be state 9 to prison.
Do you want to reach across and get the belt?
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
just
sure.
yeah, I'm just reaching back now.
Cheers, man.
There you are.
Justice for Stevie. What I want, chat, what I want is I want like a free Deirdre thing, like Coronation Street. Bullshit. Absolutely no links to me sending those MDTs. You guys know there's a mole prior to me joining PD. The amount of operations that were screwed over. Unreal.
That wasn't up to us to make that decision. That was
See,
in
that's
the
a
judge's hands.
cop out answer right there, BA. Come on, man.
It is not.
I will say one thing and leave it with you, Stevie. Is now that the curtain appears to have been drawn on this saga with yourself and Weasel News, as you were the last jigsaw piece for us, that PD is now going to be on a new direction.
So I wanted to beacon for change, Duke. That's what I said from the beginning. If this is the touch paper that lights this change, then I'm happy. We should be holding ourselves, or sorry, you should be holding yourselves to a higher standard, which was not the case.
I mean, I think you know that's not true.
BA, come on, man.
You're speaking for all of us. Well, you know that's not true.
What's not true?
Speaking for all of us that we weren't all holding ourselves to a high standard.
Okay, right, okay, I apologise, okay, that's... I tarred you all with the same brush. But there were definite officers that did not hold themselves to that standard, and you can't deny that. And I know that you and Dougie, and this goes for both of you, are really good friends, but him meeting off books is not setting himself to the higher standard. And
No.
Chuck, you were there, right? You know he was doing it. GC1 was there. GC1 admitted that he was meeting off books without informing Gold Command. And then you've got to ask yourself, why did he call for the servers to get shot up by ARU when Mr. B called up and said that he had access to it without any investigation to how the breach happened? Come on, boys, you aren't stupid.
That's
well-
to which now we'll probably...
You'll never
As a
know.
result of that, we'll never know. However, it will now prompt in future to be more vigilant and, you know, take more care when it comes to
Exactly, yeah, it's
trying
good.
to get ourselves out of situations.
Mistakes need to be made in order for improvement to be done and to find the weak points in things like this, and that's exactly what's happened.
But you've got to ask yourself, if I wasn't the plant within here, would those changes have happened?
It's likely, yes.
Oh, BT, come on. As I say, the mole was here before I started PD. You were no closer to finding the mole. I couldn't even find who the mole was. I think you're putting your head in the sand a little bit here, mate, to be perfectly
Maybe
honest.
the mole was before your time.
There was still stuff getting done when I was there as well, though. raid information get done. I maintain I gave no information.
Ahead and about, please.
Yep.
And if you'd like to follow, check.
Outrageous. Outrageous. It should be like, it's like going to be like free Deirdre, right? It's
Why are you
free,
walking like that?
free Stevie. You still conserving energy.
Always. Has to be done.
They never
Such
did
good.
make these doors lighter.
No. Well, chat, I'm not going to do 400 months on stream, so
Right, Stevie, I will just remove you from the cuffs now. There you are, and I will just issue you with your fine.
thank you. Number 44.
Thank you.
Damn, son. But I tell you something. The villain arc's coming. The villain arc's coming. Stevie is going to go down a road. It's going down a road, chat.
Okay, your fine has been sent to you just now. And I will now begin the process of sending you down.
I'm assuming I've got 7 days to pay that because I can't quite pay that just now, so
Yes, you'll have 7 days, yeah.
perfect. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear.
Okay, Stevie. Thank you very much for the biggest boot up the arse ever. And
I love
take
you.
it from me that I will now take on board everything that I've learned in the last few months, and I will strive to kick on and improve the standards, especially from a CID point of view.
It couldn't be in a better pair of hands, Chuck. All the respect in the
appreciate
world
that.
for you.
Appreciate that, Stevie. You take care and look after yourself, okay?
Yep, no problem at all. Mission
Yeah, no, but-
accomplished.
Good man.
Done. Fuck. I genuinely can't believe Lee's put me down. That's fucking mental. Absolutely insane. Oh dear. Well, chat. 6.5 hours. Oh man. Right. Well, let's just talk about what happened, right? So let's go through from the get-go. What I said on the stand was true. It was just a fortunate meeting with Bobby Robertson. You know, it was one of those things. Yeah. Wedding's still on, open invite. You might need a new limo driver. I might not be out. I'm not going to get 6.5 done between then, Emma. So, yeah, I'm not your limo driver. But, you know, this has been one of the best stories. Well, obviously, it's one of the first big stories that I've done in RP. Massive shout out to Dougie. Fucking massive shout out to like GC1 and stuff. Bobby as well. Fucking legend. So good. There's got to be a villain arc, right? Stevie has been screwed by the system. The judges have screwed him. There's got to be a villain arc. Maybe the city needs a higher standard of criminal. Maybe that's what's got to happen. Maybe Stevie's going to start Breaking Bad. Maybe he's going to be the Heisenberg of the city. But I've got lots to like look out for. Doogie's going to be on the warpath. You know, then there's still the Monclairs as well. You know, that wasn't mentioned at all. It's been good. Have you been entertained? That's the main thing. You know, that is the main thing. Right, let's wander about in my nice suit. Wow. Yep, 6. What was it? Oh yeah. Right, let's do a couple. 400 months, yeah. 400 months. It could have been a lot worse, to be fair. Wow. Let's do a couple of jobs, try and get the time down. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I don't get my phone in here, do I? Fuck's sake. What do you mean next time? Don't show up to court. Yeah, I know. But I wanted to, because that's the full stop on this story, right? It legit has been 2.5 months. This has been bubbling, and it could have kept on going, but I think it ended at the right time. Yeah, it is what it is. Right, let's do a quick job and see if we can get it down a bit. So it means that Stevie's not going to be in the city for the next wee bit. I'll be off stream and we'll see what happens. We'll get the time down. Oh man. Hey ho. Hey ho. It is what it is. Such good though. And as I said before the court started, right? It gave people options what to do next, right? Dougie could have either fought for his career and like rebuilt himself up after Stevie breaking him, or he could have went down the criminal route, which he has done, which is fucking amazing. Winchester as well, it affected his RP. Chook has obviously progressed, and you know he's got to rebuild. GC1, so good. Can't believe you put Stevie down for 400 months, Laura. Shocking. Such a good judge. It was good. Good shit. But it's the perfect end to a story, right? It just means that Stevie's going to go on a villain arc. You know, he's just going to be a bad bastard when he gets out of prison. That's what it's all about. There is no winning and losing here. The story's been fucking amazing, so I don't care. Like I say, Stevie will be out the city for a little bit. We'll work off this time, slowly but surely. It's a pain in the arse that I've actually got a job that requires me to go into an office, and I've only been there for 2 weeks, because what would have happened, I would have went on during the day and fucking just got the time down. It is what it is. Good shit. And you know, this is, again, I'm speaking on behalf of people here, but you know, this is what folk want, right? They want the longer stories, they want the longer RP. It's not about, I think Dougie said it in his stream, and GC1 said it's not about shootings and chases and shit. There's lots of other stuff that you can do. I like to think this has been quite unique. Good shit. But what we'll do is we'll finish this job, and then what I'll do is I'll come off stream because it's going to bore you to shit basically, and then we'll raid someone up, okay?
You can hold your special friend's hand, but that's it.
But who knows what's next? Oh shit, fuck. Fat fingers. Fat fucking fingers. I mean, Jacobson did say I could get a job at Project Law if I wanted. Could I become a defence lawyer? That could be cool. As I say, when I left PHS, I was going to join Project Law. So, we'll wait and see. We could go full-blown Heisenberg, right? Heisenberg was the chemistry school teacher, but was like a drug baron. Richard been training you up in these. So I wasn't streaming last night, but I did a shop robbery. Fuck off, you. So I did a shop robbery, got caught. Well, we ran because fucking our car disappeared with the cleanup. So we ran, tried to steal the PD car. The PD car was locked. We got into a fight with PD, and then I proceeded to steal a car. The car went 80 mile an hour maximum, so I was like, fuck me, it was the slowest car chase in the world. It was just brutal, man, honestly, it was so good, such fun. Right, okay, that's us down to 6 hours, 22 minutes. You know, Laura, you were always my favourite scouser, not anymore. 6.5 hours. Motherfucker. Right, but what we'll do is we're going to finish it up there. Who's on just now? We can raid them up. Let's go here. Because it's going to bore you to shit, right? It is going to bore you to shit. What are we on? Chuke's on. Let's raid him up. Let's raid Chukey boy. Oh my god, I can't work my fingers. I hope you've enjoyed that though, chat. We'll try and get this down, the time down. It might be a few days before I do this, okay? Let's do that. So we're gonna read up Chuck. So I thought he was promoted to superintendent now that he'd left. Make sure you go over and show him some love. It would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I might be on at the weekend. I might be on tomorrow for a little bit. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, thank you everybody that came along. Thank you to everybody that's supported me throughout this fucking great story. Yeah, not a lot else to say. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Good night and goodbye.